Ladies and gentlemen, this is highlandstv.com.au. We're coming live from E2 Events, also sponsored by Echelot. We're here for the opening of Latte Life, Southern Highlands newspaper, and with us is the sales manager, Tony. How are you?
Very well, thanks, Mark. Welcome to the wonderful event tonight.
Well, I've got to say, it is absolutely fabulous. You've got the fire going, the finger food going, the punters are rolling in. What can you tell us about the magazine, how it started, and your involvement with it?
Right, Latte Life has been the #1 community newspaper in Sydney's eastern suburbs for the last 4 years. Wonderful, wonderful paper. Talks about everything that we need to know. We've always had a Highlands happening page in the paper, so there's always been that affinity with the Highlands. We've decided, because we all live down here, we're all local, to launch this wonderful newspaper for the fabulous people of the Highlands. So here we have Latte Life Southern Highlands newspaper, and tonight is the wonderful launch brought to us by this amazing venue, E2.
Very excited to have the editor to the magazine here.
Yes.
Alex Speed, how are you?
Fine, thank you, Mack. Thank you for coming.
No, it's a pleasure to be here, and I must say the atmosphere here tonight, as you can look around, we've got the fire, we've got everything going on. There's a lot of people from the eastern suburbs that frequent down here.
Indeed.
Right? So you can actually pick up the paper in Queen Street, Wallara, and
Yes.
here.
Argyle Street, Mossvale.
Absolutely, Andy Moss. Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Yeah, but can I just say, Mark, it's not just about those people. We love
Absolutely,
them. It's
yeah.
great for the the weekenders, but we also want to cater to the locals. I think
Yes.
that's important, and that's what we'll be doing. So we'll be covering all bases and talking to all interesting people, as yourself.
Yes.
About
We'll be doing that later on.
We
Alex is
will.
going to be interviewing me.
I am, but
Yes.
don't say too much.
Yes, we are here at E2, as we mentioned before. Now, tell us, what other things have we got going on here tonight, Tony? We've got some musicians, we've got finger food. What else is happening? Is there a speech from you or somebody else later on?
There's always a speech from me, Mark. You can't get me away from a microphone. Hey!
That's right.
And people will be digging deep in their pockets for the next issue. We will be taking bookings tonight for the next advertising.
Okay, well, there we go. There's a good punt there. So there's some music on. We're going to take a bit of a walk around the crowd, Oz. Lovely to speak to you, Tony.
Fabulous having you guys here, and good luck with the TV. It's great.
Thank you so much. Very, very special guest. The woman that started it all, Jane King. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
Now listen, how did this come from Sydney down here? Can you just give us a little bit of a story?
Well, I came first.
Yes, I know you did, yes.
What happened was I started running Highland happening pages in the Sydney paper.
Yeah.
And then that led to me coming down here a lot to research stories, and I was talking to people, and then I kind of just fell in love with the area. And my daughter was due to start year 7 next year, and I thought, it's now or never. So I moved down in December with the idea of kind of semi-retiring.
Wow.
And focusing on M at school and still running the Sydney paper, but to a lesser degree of involvement. And then after a couple of months, that just wasn't sitting well with me. So I thought, there's so many interesting people and so many interesting stories here, why not?
Yes.
So it's just an extension of what we were already doing. Like, we had the formula, we'd kind of worked all the teething problems that we had through Sydney, we'd ironed out before we launched here. So it was actually a lot simpler than it seems.
Kim, how are you? From the arguably one of the greatest shops in Bowral, Mack. How are you?
It is the greatest shop in Bowral, and I'm extremely well, thank you.
What do you know about Latte Life?
Well, I believe, and I don't know a great deal about Latte Life, but on all accounts, everyone tells me it is the magazine to be in.
Yes.
It has a great reputation in Sydney, a must-have read in the eastern suburbs, I believe.
So will the Sydney siders be getting the stories from the Highlands?
Yes, they will. Absolutely.
That's
so
fantastic.
some of the content from this issue actually ran in the Sydney paper. So that's the great thing, that some of it is actually very suited to the Sydney paper as
Yes.
well. So yeah, absolutely.
And what is the distribution now in Sydney? Is it just in the east or is it spreading out?
Well, it's 50,000 a month.
Yep.
And it goes from Darling Point up to Watson's Bay.
Yep.
And that also takes in Paddington, Edgecliff and Wallara. So it is a massive distribution, and it goes straight into people's homes.
Right.
So that's a lot
That's
of
a letterbox
walking.
drop, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is.
Yes.
Yeah. There's a
Yeah.
lot of walking.
Yeah.
We don't do that though.
Yep.
And so here it's about 30,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's pretty huge. Yeah.
And also it's going to be local content, or
Yeah,
is it going
absolutely.
to mainly on local
Yeah,
content
we're
here?
mainly focused on local content.
Yeah.
Everyone you speak to has got a story down here.
Yes.
You know, like you'll see a physiotherapist and he is producing 40 towers at the Mittagong.
Yes, I know. I'm in it.
So it's like everyone's doing something else.
That's right. Yeah, you'll have to come along and see Faulty Towers.
Are you in it?
Yes, I am.
Oh my God,
Yes,
okay.
That's it. Yes, that's right.
You're Basil.
Absolutely, yes.
God, that's
right. yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
Well, listen, it's been wonderful talking to you.
Thank you so much and thank you for coming.
No, look, it's always a pleasure. Mark and I, we love the Highlands and we love what you're doing.
Thank you.
And the other thing is, it's great that you've come down here and do this. It's really exciting.
Yeah, no, it's great. And the team are amazing.
With us is a very special guest. Oz, we've been talking to a lot of people tonight, and I have to say that the name Bill Rankin has been coming up quite prolifically. Bill, it's a pleasure to have you along. How are you?
It's a pleasure to be here. I didn't know the Highland television existed, which is pleasant.
Well, we do. I mean, you know.
I know. Well, this is my big break.
Well, it's all of us, yeah. I mean,
all of us.
That's right. Now, listen, Bill, for the viewers that may not have heard about you,
Yeah.
which isn't too many people, what is it you actually do?
I'm what you call a social photographer. My job is to go around and try and make people look good.
Yep.
And make sure people are with the right husbands or wives.
Right.
And if they're not,
You publish it.
I raise it. No.
That's good.
Well, I'm going on 85, so that's the secret. I've been at it for 45 years.
Wow.
And generation after generation have grown and died since I've started.
Another very exciting thing is that you've actually had a few paintings done of yourself. Is
Yes,
that correct?
I have.
Can you tell us about that?
I've been painted twice for the Archibald. One of them hung, the other one didn't. And I've been painted for 2 or 3 other exhibitions too.
Who else is in our first edition? You didn't ask me that. John Olsen, James Files, lots. Hi, I'm Alex Speed from Latte Life Southern Highlands, and you're watching Highlands TV.